Hello everybody. It's me, Candice. Hi you. This is Happy Catastrophe. I am Candice or Sister Minh Bao, and I've got oops, I just bumped everything. I've got one of my warm robes on. It's kind of an overcoat robe for when I'm freezing cold. That looks like toothpaste. And Jack and I are here, and today's video is something I'm trying out that's a little new. I have discovered that I'm no longer doing 10 pages a month. I'm doing almost 30. And at that pace, my end of the month completed pages video is a big chore. It's a lot to film. It's a lot to edit. It takes several days. And then uploading it, and I just find that it takes up all my time at the end of the month, so I'm missing out on some other things I want to film, and plus it's coming out kind of late. So I've decided to do 2 completed videos a month, one in the middle of the month and one at the end of the month. And that way it will also help me stay on track of my buddies and make sure I don't forget anyone. So if you're watching this and you have a buddy with me, if I finished it, I've sent it to you already, and I'll be showing it here with your buddy as well, and with both our pages. If it's not finished, at the end, I'll be showing what I have left to do for the month, and make sure that I show our buddy, because if I don't, it means I've forgotten it. And so please get a hold of me. I do have a running list that I keep, but sometimes I agree to things on the fly, and then when I get home at night after work, I forget to put it on my list. So with that, let's look at my completed pages for the first half of November. I might have said October, but I mean November, 1st through the 15th. Okay. So first off, we have one that you might have seen in my haul video. I got this off of eBay. I was hooting and hollering over it because I got it for $6, a little over $6. And what I did in this book was that's a lot of fanfare. There it is. Here we go. These 2 pages. So I just wanted to try out the paper, try out a page. Of course, when I get a new book, it makes me want to do a new page in it. So I did these 2. I immediately sat down. It's just alcohol. No, it's not, Candice. It's acrylic paint pens, like Tule Art. I think it's mostly Tule Arts. And then there's some gold in here from the Super Golden Marker, or maybe it might be the Arctic's Gold, because I do like the Arctic's Gold. I did smear a little bit over here. But that's what I did in this brand new book. There was no buddy. It came in the mail. I opened it up and went, ooh, and I just immediately colored these 2 pages. So that was a lot of fun. I used the same pens for both, but in different ratios, so they look slightly different, which I think is a fun thing to do. And that was my completed pages in Nightfall, Maria Troy. So this was an untouched book for Amy Ward Art. She has a hashtag of new book November 24. And that's what this is all about. Almost all the books I've done in November were for the new book hashtag. Well, and for me to just have books completed. All right, the next one I did, this one was a buddy, and this was out of Moonlight Mischief. Now, Moonlight Mischief was an untouched book for me. It was the last one of the R.J. Hampsons that were gifted to me that I did not have a page done in it, so I couldn't wait. And this one was given to me by my friend Carrie K. Carrie. I love this one so much. It's so much fun. And I did my favorite page in it. And I did it with a buddy, and that was with Veronica Dunn 66 and Color Charming. Now, I don't know if I have both of theirs yet. I finished mine kind of early in the month because it was at the top of my list, and I was really excited about this. So I will show whose I have when I get done here. Let's first look at mine. Now, it's this page, and I did the dark version. So I believe both Veronica and, is it Kate with Color Charming? There's so many Kates, I get confused. I believe they're both doing the light version. But I will definitely check to see which ones I have, and I will put them after here. I know I have at least one of them because I've seen it. I had a lot of fun with the dark version. I wanted to make this light coming out. This is all alcohol markers, but I did some I think it's that copper super golden marker that's on here. And is there some other acrylic? I think there's some other acrylic here and there, but it's mostly just alcohol markers, I believe. Yeah, it looks like I did his outfit in acrylic. Nope, that's all alcohol. So I guess this is acrylic, and I think the flowers, yes, the flowers are acrylic. But I really love this page. This page made me love this whole book. This is like my favorite page in the whole book. It's called Busted. He's stealing a carrot from the grocery store's finest carrots, and he's gotten caught. So I really had a lot of fun working with the light source, having it come out like this and having it shine on various spots on him. That's one way I've learned from other colorists to do, is just to make sure that you first put in yellow anything that the light might be shining on, like his arm, his hat, his ears, his nose. And then I made it come out with the staff sort of blocking it. The staff I accidentally made all yellow and then tried to fix it with some gray, but it should be actually gray because you wouldn't be seeing the light from this side. And then I sort of made it like the light was also coming out and hitting his back, so you see some light sourcing there on his backs of his ears and his back. But I had so much fun. I had no color palette in mind for this, so I just started in with some colors I liked, and it kind of went from there. So let's look at my buddies. Now I had Veronica Dunn 66 and Color Charming, and whoever I've got so far, I'll showcase here. If someone hasn't finished theirs, I'll put it at my next completed pages. But I know one of them is finished because I saw it and it was wonderful. All righty then. So the next one I did was in this one, and you saw this if you saw my haul. This was a gift from my friend Sarah. When we met for dinner, she gave this to me, and I did do one page in here, and it was this one. So now I think I have officially colored in all the R.J. Hampson ones. This was my most recent gift. So because I had finished the Mischief one, and that was the last that I needed. When I got this, I immediately knew I needed to color a page. A, because I love to color new books, and B, because I don't want any R.J. Hampsons uncolored as I go into the end of the year. So this was all alcohol markers. Yep, all alcohol markers. I think these white bubbles are acrylic. But I had a good time again with the light source here and tried to make the light kind of, I also made the fish more glowy. Like his eyeballs are glowing and he's kind of glowing himself. But I made him red. Not sure why. Anglerfish aren't really red, I don't think. They might be. I think they're more browns though. But a lot of really, really deep fish are red because it's the one color that can't be seen or can be seen. Something about red. I think it can't be seen, so it's used as camouflage down in the deep. Anyway, a lot of animals are red, deep sea animals. But that just made them all the more frightening. And this is called Hello. This is a really fun book. This is an older version. It has duplicates, but they're the same. It doesn't have the duplicates with the difference because this was printed before he went back and changed that. So I love this book, and you'll be seeing more of this. All right. Then, and this one was not a buddy. It was just a brand new book. Then I did this. I love this book so much. I have two Carolina Kubikowski, and both of them are gifts from Sarah, and they're just some of my most precious books. And I've got sort of a little group, and we've been sort of coloring a different page in it every month. Sort of unintentionally, it was put together, and so we started. And like every month we're like, hey, do you want to do another one? I'm like, yeah, hey, I want to do another one. So last month we did this for October. And then November was the King Bolette mushroom. Now, I love this one because I believe it's a bolete mushroom, B-O-L-E-T-E. It looks like one with its thick stalk. And they are called King Bolettes. And this one has a crown. So I thought that was very clever. So what I did here was I had recently, what set was, oh, it was I busted into my Hemi gouache set, that giant 98 color set that I have. And I decided that I wanted to play with every yellow in there. So every yellow that was in there, I played with. And this helped me get to understand that color range that's in this giant set. So now I have a good idea of what those colors are. And I think I'm going to do this with all of the color families in that set. You know, play with the blues, and I'll play with the reds and the pinks. And that way I'm going to get to learn this set and still have a really good time with it. So this is all the yellows in the Hemi gouache. Yep. And that's what it is. And then there's some, I believe that's that copper super golden marker, which is almost out as well. And so there's a lot, there's little dots of that everywhere. I did this as sort of a color study and just to learn one of my mediums, and I really love how it turned out. I have done a few pages in various books that were just a study of one color family, and I always really like the results. So I think I'm going to do that more, especially in a book like this. It works really well because of all the shading, I think. Now, this little group that did this page was Dabbler D, Dana, my friend Dana, Shelley, my friend at Weaver Shelley, and Veronica at Veronica Dunn 66. And I believe we all finished those. So let's look at them. Weren't they beautiful? Oh, so many pretty, great colorists in that group. We've picked another one for December, I think, and I think it's the deer, or at least the deer has got the most votes. But I think we're doing another one in December, so stay tuned for that. All right, that's Circle of Nature with Karolina Kubikowska. Just a stunning, beautiful book, and you can get this from her website. Just look her up. All right. Then I have another group that's sort of come together that works in this dimensions, and that group's getting bigger. There's quite a few people who have this book by Francois Gautier and are trying to figure it out. So we all come together, and it's been great because we're all working through, this odd book together and figuring out the best way to color it. And I love alcohol markers, but that's just me. So the rest of them are finding alcohol markers or other things that are working. And there's just some beautiful, beautiful pages coming out. So in November, we did this one. I chose this one. Someone else will choose next month, I'm sure. I liked this. I did another study in color. I wanted it all sort of the same color family because I really just wanted to emphasize the shading. And this is all alcohol marker, nothing else. And I love it. I like how it turned out. I was going to do it very realistic, and stone colors and stucco colors and all that, but then one of the folks in the group finished theirs and they did it all in fantasy colors, and it was so gorgeous. And so that made me go, this is a fantasy book, let's just go with it. But I still wanted to keep it really cohesive, and in this book I don't really care what the image is. It's all about the 3D effect. So this is just alcohol markers, and where you see it getting darker is, that's the same color pink, the same color peach. It's just there's a lot of shading back in here, which makes it look different. There's no shading. I didn't do any shading anywhere. There's no shading on this train. This is all Francois Gautier doing the shading to make it look 3D. So I really, really enjoyed this. They're very easy. I can get these done in an evening or two. This one took 2 evenings because it's a little bit busier than some of the others I've done. Plus I was thinking about the colors and trying to place the colors the way I wanted them to. But again, all the shading, under here, it's all done for you. So they're really easy pages to color. If you find a medium you like, I recommend a transparent medium because you want to be able to see the shading underneath. So this group it's huge. It's a lot of people. So I'm not going to name them all, But I will show you I think about half of them have finished and the other half are still working on theirs. So I'm going to show you a reel here of everyone who's finished. And then everyone who comes out later, I'll add it to my second November completed pages. So let's look at everybody in the Dimensions group that finished this alleyway page. Weren't those neat? This book is really, truly a lot of fun. It's just fun I've done quite a few pages in there, and it's just really fun to see when it's done how 3D it looks. Just a neat book. And right now, I think it's on Book Outlet for super cheap. Okay, Matchstick Mouse Halloween. Now, going into Halloween, I had done nothing in this book. And for October, I did quite a few. But there was another one that I did in November. And this was with my friend Tammy at Tammy Colors 2. And we did the very first page of the book. This one. Is that not cute? She's flying. She's flying. So this is all alcohol markers again. With some, white acrylic marker. Making little dots and some highlights. Because when I got done, it felt kind of plain. So I just added the white to it and called it good. It's shaded with alcohol marker. It's all alcohol marker. I don't get fancy with these books. I think I might every time I open up to do one, but they're really here. These are my cute and simple books in place of, where some folks are getting all those square cute and simple books. These are my cute and simple books. I do these just with alcohol marker and I have a blast doing them, and then they're done. So they're like one evening. So this is what I did for her flying with her little, I think it's a nutshell, something. I think she uses that as a backpack, maybe, flying on her broom, because we all know Matchstick Mouse is a witch, according to Morgan O'Brien. So let's go and see what Tammy did. So this is Tammy's, and I absolutely love it. She got hers done pretty early in the month, and then had to wait for me to finish mine. And it's such a simple little drawing, but these are so different. There's such different feels to them. And that's one of the things I love about buddy coloring. It's so fun to see what your buddy did compared to what you did, and how, they looked at it differently. And that's how I get ideas, is from buddies. And I love doing buddy coloring. So thank you so much, Tammy. This was a lot of fun. I absolutely love this book. And that's one more done in this book. So I got a few done for Halloween. And honestly, that can be done any time of the year. Lots of these can be done any time of the year. They're not all strictly Halloween, although a lot of them are. I mean, this one, she's putting up, her laundry. So yeah, it's a lot of Halloween, but that's just adorable. But I don't know. I would do these all year round. Matchstick Mouse, a Halloween coloring book. All right, now I only have one more Matchstick Mouse that isn't colored in, and that's Rainy Day, so I need to get on that, that's for sure. Okay, the next thing I did was not with a buddy and not a hashtag, just a special little book I have, The Secret World of Frog. Now this little book is by Lucy Hatter. It's a little tiny book, you see. It's got terrible, terrible paper, very thin paper, but somewhat toothy though. So I've really enjoyed coloring this, and this was a gift. This book was, and this was a gift from my dear friend Rachel at Jelly Starburst, and I did this one this month. So this is the little frog having a nice quiet evening knitting, and here I had an idea that kind of went south on me. So eventually it was just trying to keep it kind of having a flow so that it wasn't too jarring with all the different colors I used. But it's all alcohol markers, except there are some things in here that are actually acrylic markers. So acrylic is outlining the leaves. It's outlining the acorns. It is the frog. I have a green acrylic that I thought I would really like. So, and I started with the frog, which is weird. Usually I start with everything else and then work my way in. But so I just thought, I kind of thought I would do the whole thing in acrylics, but I switched to alcohol markers. But is quite a few things that are acrylics. This color, everything that's pink here, that's acrylic. The books are all alcohol markers. And I loved this color for the wall, but it was an alcohol. I wasn't coloring fast enough and it got kind of streaky, but then I kind of liked it patchy like that. Like it kind of looks like patchy stonework. So I kept it. I didn't go over it again. I didn't want it to get any darker. I kind of goofed up in here, so I used acrylic to make that rug. I don't know if any of you had a rug like this, but I had a rug like this, one of those braided rugs and I remember as a kid, I used to just walk round and round and round and round it. I was a weird, anxious little kid. And I wish I had one of those again, because I do like walking round and round them. I probably would do it still. Jack would be like, what in the world? And this page, Lucy calls Enjoy the Little Things. I just thought that the frog just looked so peaceful there. This whole book is just this frog being peaceful. And I love, love, love coloring in this book. Now, you have to be careful with alcohol markers. They bleed like crazy. They spread further than like regular Amazon paper. This is something different. It is Amazon paper, but it's not the typical one we usually get, I think. So you have to be really careful. But even so, I was still able to do all these books in alcohol marker and was able to do some really fine detail with alcohol marker, even with the bleeding. So, and where it bled too much, I just went over it with acrylic paint pen. But again, just a really relaxing, comforting color in The Secret World of Frog by Lucy Hatter. Love this book. You'll probably see it again and again. Okay, the next one I did was another new book, November, and this was with my friend Cindy at Mindful Griff. And it's buried. Let me grab it. Aha! It's this one. I love this book. I didn't know I would love it so much. And I actually did 3 pages in it because I love it so much. The paper. It doesn't seem like much. I mean, it's really super smooth and stuff, but it just, it seems to take everything, and it's really lovely to work on, especially with markers and paints, and everything just goes really smoothly on it. So what Cindy and I did together was this one, and we chose this because it's Thanksgiving in the United States this month, and lots of food and drink, and thought this looked like very celebratory. So I used something new on here, didn't I? What did I use? Oh, I bought the new Color water-based markers, and there's one here that I haven't put away. They're this, and I got them off of Coloring Oasis, her recommendations. This is fluorescent, so it's hard to see, but they've got a little tiny end on one end, and I find this end actually too tiny to really do much with. Not much color comes out of that, but the other end is a brush. And you have to be careful because they're very juicy. And so you can do really well with not getting them streaky, but because they're so juicy, the darker colors can bleed through. And so I found they bleed through on some books if you're not careful with them. But I use them a lot on this. Now, here, I left them streaky on purpose to get that texture because it was, looks like I also have some pencil in there. That's why it's kind of, although I think this might have been fixed. That might be why it's so shiny. But I on purpose did it in lines to try to give that some texture. And the same with the leggings. I also went over that in a crosshatch with a pencil, I believe. So just trying to get some texture in there. But you can see how smooth I could get it if I tried. So the shirt was done very smoothly, and his hair, and the kitty cat. And then on top of that, in places, I used there's acrylic marker in here in some places. Well, I think, the gray, the stonework was acrylic marker, right. right. This is all, everything else is done with the colors with Prismas on top. So this was after I got those Prismas off of eBay for $28 for 48 of them. And I used Prismas for the first time and really enjoyed them. It was fun using them over on top of this watercolor. Yeah, so I really enjoyed this page so much that what did I do? When I finished it, I turned the page and did the next two. But first, let's look at Cindy's. Now here's Cindy's. Wow. Talk about taking it up a notch. That glow, she was joking with me and she said that it's a roaring fire because she kind of lost control of the glow and put it everywhere. But I think it's perfect. I love it. It really does even look more cozy. So I think that is just phenomenal. I never thought about putting a glow in here that of course it would be lit by firelight, not electricity. But so kudos to you, Cindy. That is brilliant. And now I've got that in the back of my head to do in a future one. So this is called Men, Big Folk down here. But I ended up turning the page and doing the next ones. And that's this, Swans. So this was not a page I ever thought I would ever do, but I was craving playing with the my King Art gel sticks or something that I could just smoosh around. So I got them out and I got the pinks and the oranges, the peaches and yellows. And I just made this pink and yellow and orange ocean. And then I did all the same colors, but without the pink for the land. I didn't realize that the land also goes over here. I did this page first and then went over here and did this page. The land continues, so my land doesn't. My land just stops. And then for these, I used Prismas. I used those Prismas. I was trying to get used to them still. And I used a pink and yellow for them. And then the sky is acrylic, and so is their beaks, acrylic paint pens. And so are these, the outline of these pink clouds is acrylic paint pen. And there's a lot of acrylic accenting in here. Everything that's dark is acrylic. But yeah, this was so fast with those King Art gel sticks. It really was fast. I just used a blender brush and just blended them in until they were smooth. And I used a white acrylic paint pen to go over the waves. So I had this in my mind. This came out looking pretty much what I saw in my head. I just wanted to play with, and then I painted the outline, cleaned it up with blue acrylic paint. But I just kind of wanted to make this bright seascape and with these swans. Again, it's not a page that I would normally color, but it was so much fun to just take those King Art gel sticks and smoosh them all over the place. So if you've got pastels or oil pastels or whatever, if you can find a page like this that's got, a lot of open whatever, sky or land, or in this case, water, it's a great opportunity to just whip those out. And within an hour or so, you could have all of the landscape done because they just go on so easy. Yeah. So, but it was because this paper's so good. I was having so much fun. And then I, immediately wanted to keep turning the page and doing more, but I made myself stop. So that's 3 pages out of this wonderful book. This was also a gift. This was a gift from my friend Tamara Farley, and she's a big beach lover. This came from her own personal stash. So Tamara, I hope that I'm doing your gift justice. I don't know what I'll do next. Oh, I have this one marked, don't I? It's because I really like that creature. This whole book is just full. See, here's another one that would be great with something that you could just smush color all over and have fun with. Otherwise, why I would probably never do this, but it was so much fun that I probably will do it now. I'm going to use some sort of pastel or smushy medium. But this book is just really, really neat. I think you can still find it on Amazon. It's just super, super cool. And I am in love with it. What is that marking? I want to take all the bookmarks out because it will probably just start over next time I look in this. I want to do another page. Oh, it's my golem. I really am attached to him. Another one that I will probably use some oil pastels to do all that. And then all that's left, and the water and the mountain, and then all that's left is just him. Yeah, it makes these pages really easy. All right, so that's The Bestiary of Tolkien, a coloring book. The artist in this one is two of them. It's Andrea Piparo and Mauro Mazzara. They're both Italian, and they are the co-illustrators of this. So hand-drawn work, you can't beat it. All right, let's put that one in the done pile so I don't not tempted to pull it out again. And then I did, hold on, I'll grab it. Okay, then in this teeny tiny little book, I did, right now, it is Jamie's Coloring Love, and several other folks are hosting a hashtag it's NOV, Nov Mad Tea Party 2024. And we're doing, since this is all Wonderland, I thought, well, and this is one of my new books I bought used off of eBay, or was it Mercari? Oh, I told you in the haul, I can never remember between those two. And you know, I showed you in the haul that I was doing this double page. I finished this one, and I was going to post it, but I really want to wait till I get this one done since I'm doing them at the same time. And I'm doing them with the same colors. So as soon as I finish this one, which it's been so much fun doing this whole thing. It's just been mindless fun coloring. You know, I picked 5 pens, and then I just work with those 5 pens, and it's really mindless. Once I finish this, then I'm going to post it with that hashtag. This is, of course, the cat, the crazy cat. This is such a neat book. I love this book so much. So you'll be seeing more of this one for sure. So, thank you, Jamie, for hosting that, and for all your friends that are hosting it, because it got me into this book, which is a whip, and I'm still working on that one. Okay, let's turn the page. Then, oh, a frog's tail. We have a frog's tail. This was an untouched book, believe it or not. So I'd had 3 R.J. Hampsons this month that were untouched, and now all of them are. And this one was a buddy with Pandorica 1. That's Katie, my friend Katie. And we did the pub scene. Yes. Now, I did the duplicate with the difference, right? Yes, I'm in the back of the book. Excuse me. And she did the one in the front of the book, and there are some differences. And the food is a little bit different. There's a piece of pie here, I think, in hers. I'm not sure if he's drinking wine. And there's, instead of these bottles, the bottles are a little different. There's more poison bottles, and they're also, Mr. Snail is up here in hers. I used alcohol markers with acrylic. The shiny stuff is acrylic. I put him in a purple shirt and these disco pants. I was kind of regretting that choice later, but it's done. And everything else is acrylic markers. Alcohol markers. Everything that's shiny is acrylic. And then I tried to do the whole illusions of glass and stuff. And I just really enjoyed this whole page. The whole page was fun. It was not a quick page. This page is quite detailed. And so it wasn't very quick. And then I looked at Katie's. And let me show you hers. She made hers, where I had made it sort of all indoors, she made that lattice work be a window, which makes total sense. After looking at hers, I'm like, oh, that's a window. When I click back to mine, you'll be able to see that I didn't see that as a window. But I just love hers. I think it's just so inviting and so fun. I just want to be in this pub with these two, listening to their stories, eating, a dessert or something, and just really enjoying life. So thank you so much, Katie, for doing this with me. It was a real blast. And as you can see, I didn't see the that lattice work as being a window. I just thought it was decoration inside the pub. So it was so fun. We did these completely different, and that's what makes Buddy Colors a joy. Just so much fun. So thank you for helping me get into this book. I love, love, love Mr. Fogarty. So he is so much fun to color. I just, you know, I don't have enough time in the day to do as much R.G. Hampson as I would like. I'd like to just work nonstop in those books. Then I did another untouched book, another new book, November 24. In this one, I love Denise Klett, and I have all of hers, including the Holy Grail, Mermaids in Paradise. I bought it a long time ago before it inexplicably went out of print. I can't believe it's out of print. I'm so sorry. I'm constantly looking for it, and I don't even see used ones, not even at astronomical prices. I'm just not finding them. But I will put it on Instagram the second I find one so that you all can jump on it. But wow, they're just nowhere. But I had colored in the Birds of Paradise and Mermaid, or the Mermaid one, and the Gnomes in the Neighborhood. Love that one. That's probably my favorite one. But I hadn't colored in the Fairies. I don't know why. I love this book because it's all these sleeping fairies. And with my my chronic fatigue issues that I have, the ME that I have, which causes a lot of chronic fatigue, I can sometimes just fall asleep, almost like a narcoleptic, but I'm not narcoleptic. It's just like if I sit long enough, I'm asleep. And so I'll wake up in the strangest places, in the strangest positions. If there's other people around, sometimes I wake up with a nice blankie over me. That's nice. But this is a book full of birds and fairies just falling asleep. So I really relate to this book, but I never colored in it. So I finally colored in it. And for this one, this was not a buddy, but this was a color palette. And it was Amanda Colors. It was a color palette that was picked for November. Bright, beautiful colors. She, well, I haven't watched her pick the palette in a while, but historically she has randomly picked it. So it's not something, or she picks a few and then she chooses one out of the few. And I used to participate in them every month, but I've got so much coloring and stuff that I sort of kind of forgot about the palettes. So I love doing palette challenges because, again, it's just like 4 colors, 5 colors, and you're just trying to make it work. And so once I saw that palette, I thought, oh, you know what? This fairy book would be great for those bubblegum colors. So I did it. Now this is all the King Art gel sticks again. I was just really having fun with them. Same colors basically as that was in the Swans, just applied differently. This one's applied, instead of blended all together, this is applied like a bokeh effect in just circles. Then these are single-sided, so there's probably a lot of alcohol marker in here. Oh, not that much, not that much. So I think the rest was Prismas because I was playing with my Prismas and acrylic paint pen. This color isn't quite right for the palette. I thought it was, but when it dried, it just wasn't. But we'll pretend we pretend it was. I tried. And then King Art gel sticks, markers. It doesn't say what that pencil is because I can see pencil, but I bet you it's the Prismas because I was still playing with them at this time. I'd still just gotten them, so I was trying to get used to them and play with them. And then there's some of this. Look at this. Folk Art Glitterific. This is basically just really, really thick glitter. It's glitter glue, really. It's not a paint. Does it even call it a paint? Glitter acrylic paint. I don't think there's any paint in this, to tell you the truth. It's straight up glitter glue. And so I colored this with some of the King Art gel sticks, her wings, the same as the background, but then I put the glitter glue over it to make it super sparkly. So they look transparent and sparkly. And I had fun. This was fast. This was 2 nights only because I got bored of it at one point halfway through and switched to something else. I usually have 3 or 4 pages going at once so that I can do that, so I can bounce around. But otherwise, I could have gotten it done in one evening. It was really fast, honestly. Especially when you only have like 4 colors, 5 colors. I think I only had 4 actually. That makes it really easy. Go really fast. So this was a lot of fun. And now I finally have 1 page colored at least in all of my Denise Klett. Whew, that feels really good. Then the next one I did was out of a brand new book that you guys all saw hauled. And you saw this. If you saw my haul, my most recent haul that was published yesterday, it was Out of Silent Fright. So you've seen this one. This is a book. I just saw this again at Walmart. So, but it's more expensive at Walmart, I think, than it is on Amazon. Maybe it is. I think when I bought it, it was more. I mean, this says $10.99. That's what I bought it for. So if it's $10.99, I think that's about the same as on Amazon. But you can get it on Amazon or you can find it at your local Walmart. Great book. Nice sturdy cover. Lots of pages. Thick, good paper. It's like between a mythographic and a mythogoria, that type of paper. Single-sided and just really, really fun. Now, I am still chasing down who's the artist because I honestly believe this is artist done. So once I get that information, I will definitely give it to you. If you know, let me know. But the one I did was this. And if you saw that haul, you saw this page already. This was done with ink tints, which I had just bought a used set off of eBay. And I love them. I did go on really heavy here, so I was learning how to use the ink tints, and I did it over here. I mean, I was just learning. I used this whole page for learning. And of course, I picked my favorite page in the book to do so because I'm Candice. But I don't know, I think that makes it kind of fun. If it's your favorite page, then you really want to do a good job, right? But I had fun. There's a lot of shiny metallic acrylic on here, and it is mostly acrylic paint that I painted on with a brush. So like this green sky and all the silver, it's all painted on with a brush. And then the pencil work is polychromos because they're polys. I love them. The water I did in alcohol markers. Yes, Prismas are very opaque. In fact, they're so opaque that they kind of go over the ink tints to where you don't even see the ink tints. So it's kind of a waste to do the ink tints and then Prismas on top if you're just going to cover it. But also, whenever I can, I use the polys because I love the way they feel. But I had so much fun in this, and this is going to be my go-to Christmas coloring book this year. I definitely want to get to several in here. This book is really, this one is definitely, if anybody wants to do this with me, I'm going to do this one for soon. I may not fit it in November, but it's going to happen before Christmas. So if you got this book and you want to color out of it, I'm up for it. Awesome. And then I did one more that I finished just today. And this one is with Kate from Kate's Coloring Haven. And it was Matchstick Mouse. Now, Kate finished hers a long time ago. So let's look at Kate's. We chose the snail mail. Is that not adorable? And I had only done one page out of this book. And I've had this book for a year, since last autumn. So I was really thrilled to get back into it. And Kate picked out the snail mail page. And I just freaking love that page. Isn't hers adorable? Love it. So then tonight I was like, well, I got to get on the ball and get mine done. So I took it to work with me today and I did this. Again, just straight alcohol marker. That's all I use. At the most, I might put something glittery on there, but yeah. So I had a lot of fun adding the light from the stars. She just looks so joyous there, doesn't she? I don't know why she's so thrilled. Maybe, I was thinking she was delivering the mail, but she's so happy maybe she got that mail. I figured she's on the snail delivering the mail. Morgan O'Brien has such a fun sense of whimsy and wonder, and to make it snail mail, I mean, that's just brilliant. I had a really good time with this. I wanted to keep it in the blue range of greens until I got to her hat, but I think the colors all kind of go together. I sometimes don't have very cohesive color scheme, but I kind of had one in mind here. And I had a really good time doing this. I love Matchstick Mouse. It doesn't take more than an hour to do one of their pages, and it's just really wonderful. So that's the last completed page I did. Thank you, Kate, so much. Definitely hit me up, especially if you've got rainy day, because I need to do one out of there before the end of the year, because I'm trying to get as many as I can done in the new year, before the new year. Now, I want to go through that was 13 pages and 7 buddies and 6 untouched books. Woohoo! Isn't that great? Now, I have a few more buddies, and I want to make sure that I've got everybody. Oh, don't mind me. I get to check one off. Checking things off gives me such pleasure. What you're seeing here, this is my Visible device. Visible is a pacing system with an app and a device that pays attention to your heart rate for people with chronic illness, and basically lets me know when I'm doing too much and I need to sit down, and helps me learn how to pace so that I don't have these ups and downs, these big crashes anymore. And it's helped me so much. It's one of, I think I attribute this more than any medication I'm on to my improved health. So it's really working for me. And if you're interested, hit me up and I'll explain it to you. Okay, so one I have is this. This is with Yolanda, right? Yolanda, Yolanda, I love you, Yolanda. I really am looking it up. I didn't even write it down because I knew. Coloring Biker Mama, Yolanda. And we are doing this, not this one, but we did do that one together. We're doing, why do I always think it's in the back? It's not, it's right here. We're doing this one. I finished the basing today and I want to add some pencil on top. So I'm going to grab my polys and do it to make the hands look more scary and dirty. But we did this for Thanksgiving because they look like pilgrims to us. And I thought it was funny. And I made them all gray and ghostly because it's kind of the same guy looking in different directions and kind of in a trance. And I think this tells a story, but the story can be almost anything you want. So someone said that it reminded them of the Roanoke settlers who just disappeared and were never seen again. And that's something that came to my mind too when I saw it. I also thought of the Salem witch trials, and and that these are the witches getting back at symbolically of the men who burned the witches. I also thought of I think it was someone who gave me the idea that this is the trees getting back at them because they've chopped down a tree there. All kinds of stories you can make for this, but this page frightens me the most out of this entire book. This is Mythagoria, Vengeful Forest, my second favorite, almost tied for first favorite book. I've colored a lot in here. It's just, I have this one marked because I absolutely love this one, but it's just a phenomenal book. If you don't have any Mythagorias, I would definitely recommend this one. I think it's scary more than gory, but it's really a lot of fun. So I've done a lot out of it, and I will always do a buddy out of this one. So that's something I need to keep working on. I'm going to set it to right here because I just need to put the pencil on it, and then that one's done. This one is a little group that I'm in there was 3 of us that wanted to do this one. And why I didn't write it down in my book, it's all in, my buddies are all kept in little chats on Instagram. So I write them down when I finish the page. But I think one of them is finished and one of them hasn't. And I just started mine last night. And it is this one. So this is, and I showed this in the haul because I got these paints. These 2 paints. Sun-Kissed Peach, which is what I painted this, and Cameo Pink, which is the bathtub. And we're doing this for things in bathtubs, which I can't at the life of me even remember whose hashtag that is now. My buddies know. But I was tickled pink with this acrylic paint. This is one coat, and it is so opaque and smooth. It's self-leveling, so it's just really easy to use. Apple Barrel is delightfully easy to use. And then this is Inktense. I had a lot of fun playing. I'm getting better with my Inktense. It's a thinner, more even coat. On top of it is acrylic. Yeah. Different acrylics? No. Yeah, but an acrylic paint. So there's a sparkly acrylic paint, and then there's sparkly acrylic paint. And then the pencil work is Prismas. And then what I did around here was I made her bubbles partly that sparkly fuchsia metallic. Excuse me. I had to get a drink of water. Anyway, it's a metallic fuchsia apple barrel paint. And then I took white apple barrel matte paint and just kind of bloop, 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 bloop with the paintbrush. So I'm trying to make it look like the bubbles are both shiny and matte. I don't know if that worked out for you. Does it look like bubbles? I hope so. I made the ducks yellow. Not sure I like the yellow rubber duckies. I might change that color. I kind of think I should just make them another layer of pink. I kind of think the whole thing should be pink. What's left to do here is the pencil work. Actually, I'm probably going to use more acrylic for her hair, but there's going to be pencil work done, polys, so that I can make a rose gold. I'm seeing a rose gold helmet. So this one's almost done, buddies. I ate some chips earlier and they're like they're killing me slowly. Then, because, you have to wait for things to dry, I just popped over here and I used some green ink tints and based her. And then I started putting some green metallic acrylic on her, and she's going to be kind of the same idea, but she's going to be greens and yellows. So she'll probably be done too by the end of the month. I like to do that, especially when I'm using paint, because I will keep working the same page even though I need to let things dry, and I'll get layers that are too thick and bleed through, or I'll stick my hand in it. I mean, I just have to don't touch the page anymore. So I go over here and play with this page and let that dry, because acrylic dries fast. Now, if it was like something that dried a long time, I would set it aside and get a different book out. So I'm having fun doing that. This is an untouched book. So thank you, buddies, for helping me get into this book. This is the Pop Manga Mermaids and Other Sea Creatures by Camilla Derrico. Love this book. Love, love. So that one stays here. Okay, I have this one. So I'm doing a page out of the yokai coloring. And this is with Kathy, True Not Cat, and we had picked 3 to do, and we're just gradually working through the 3. The first one we did was this one in October. The second one I chose to do, I haven't talked to Kathy, if she's doing another one this month or not, but we just chose 3 that we would both work on, and when we get done with them, we'll choose another 3. And I chose to do the Itsumade. Now, this is the last page in the book, and it seems to be partly glued to the back, and I didn't realize that, and I was trying to break it, and I ripped it. So the whole page is ripped, but I don't mind that. I still did it. I'm still coloring it. It's a funny way to do the very last page of the book. None of the other pages are like that. They all lay flat, and I think this is sewn. Yeah, this is a sewn book. So I just got too rough with it. This has been done with the Kuretake Ganzai granulating watercolors, which, whoa, I love them so much. And I did the sky, and this is sort of a warbird type thing. It hangs around where there's a lot of war, especially if the suffering's not being addressed. And it was kind of how I was feeling the first of this month. So these are all, this is the orange granulating, the blue and the red, I think. Now, I haven't decided about him. I think I want him gold and red is what I'm thinking, but I haven't decided what medium. Probably acrylics, but he will be done by the end of the month. Yay! I love this book, and now I have this yokai tarot. So future yokai I'm going to find in here and get my color inspiration from the card to color this. I'm so excited. Okay, so that's still in the works. I have another one in here that Jill and I are doing. And we're doing this as a hashtag. This is for, it's this one. But I'm going to do the dark one. She's going to do the light one. So let's pull up the one I'm doing. There's a hashtag, a turtle hashtag out, and it's Emily at eArt Studios. It's her birthday this month, and she loves turtles. So she's doing a hashtag that's hashtag Turtle Birthday Bash 2024. And you color something with a, oh, well, I have it marked. Isn't that nice? With a Karolina Kubakowska bookmark. So I'm going to do the dark one, and Jill's going to do the light colored one, the first one. And I think this is a take on the Little Prince. It looks like kind of a Little Prince type of drawing. And it's just beautiful. I absolutely love it. And this is the turtle that we're doing for Emily. So I'm really excited. So I'm going to knock this one out this month. We just added this one because I had just learned about Emily's birthday. So this is a recent addition. If anybody else wants to do that with me, feel free. Get hold of me. Add you to the buddy group. All right. I did a couple for funsies. I realized I hadn't worked out of this book yet. And this was a gift from Rachel, my friend Rachel at Jelly Starburst. And the one that has been calling me is the, not the Hierophant, the High Priestess. So I just based her hair in some pink acrylic so far. And that's all I've done. I will be doing the lines and something else, and I just started this. So I'm hoping this one will get finished this month. It might get carried over to December, but I hope not, because it should be not that hard. I'm going to use alcohol markers for most of it because these are single-sided. But this is the High Priestess, and it'll be my first one. I really want to get this one done by December because, again, I'm trying to touch as many books to get below 20%. I don't know where I am right now because we still haven't finished our inventory, which I need to keep working on that. And I just have so many videos. Another one for fun I started, because I don't have enough already scheduled, is out of this one. Now, if you are interested in this Bunny Girl book, which a lot of people are, it's on Amazon now. You can get it on Amazon, and it's the Korean version, or Japanese version, Korean version. No, Korean, this is Korean. So you can find it on Amazon, and it's great. It's thick, it's beautiful, it's got fantastic paper. It is not single-sided mostly, but there is some wallpaper stuff that you could sacrifice if you wanted to. But again, I had some extra of this peach paint that I had gotten out, and I didn't want to waste it. So I was like, there's probably something in here I could use peach paint on, and I realized I could do this also for the Mad Tea Party hashtag. So I'm working on that. It's going to be a lot of acrylic and pencils. Oh, well, look at that. It's a single-sided, so I could do alcohol markers, which that might just happen, do some alcohol, but I'm not sure. I see a lot more in acrylics and pencil. Yeah, acrylic paint. So we'll see if I get that finished in time for the end of November for the hashtag, but I think I will. And that'll mean that this book has had something done in it, which is awesome. Awesome. This may not get finished, but I have this whip. This book is so cool. I was in a buddy group in October, and we all did this because I'd wanted to do this for Halloween, and then a bunch of people said, I want to do it with you. So we had a big buddy. And you've seen it in my October finished pages. Well, at the same time that I was doing this, when paint was drying, I popped over here and was doing this. So this one just needs the background finished in the Kuretake granulating paint. Isn't that beautiful? Just love that. I should have finished it all in one go, but it was getting late and I had to stop because the paint is different every time you use it. So it would have been more equal. It's going to look different now, so I may have to go over this part as well. And then I just tried to use the same colors. I mean, I'm probably going to change. Some of these colors aren't working for me, so I might change them, but I would like to finish this. There's not much left to do, but again, it's not really a priority. So we'll see. Working on my roosters. This is my opus for the month. I haven't gotten much more done on them since you've seen them. Yeah, same. Same. So I need to get my butt in gear and get these roosters worked out. I've got all the colors in my head. I just get sidetracked with all the other pretty stuff, especially when I get some new books. Even though they were used new books, I got really excited about them and I got totally sidetracked. This is a buddy that is going to be happening this week because my buddies are almost done with this. Now, in Mouse Guard here, Dana, Dabbler D, and I, whenever we feel like it, we do a page out of here with the goal of this being done at some point. So we are working, and we just pick pages, and we just do it when we feel like it. It's not every month, but we would like to finish this book someday. And we were joined this month by Desiree at Desiree Bryant 54. And we were doing a pub page in here as well for the American Thanksgiving. And, oh, I probably went right past it because I'm looking for coloring, but yeah, I haven't colored anything in it. So let me find it really quick. This book is so cool. I should be flipping it here so you can see it. It's so cool. This one. Oh, I had a bookmark. Yeah, it's them drinking and eating at a pub. These pages go super fast for me because I use, it's good paper, but things will bleed through. You have to be careful. So I use water-based markers with pencil on top. And really, they go pretty fast because of all the shading. The shading's kind of done for you. So I don't do a lot of shading at all. I've done a few in here. More towards the front. I love all of these. I love all of them. That's why I want to do all of them. We did this one just a couple months ago. Dana and I did. And then I did this one. I can't remember if Dana did this one with me or not. I don't think so. And I did this one. So I love this book. I'm always up for a buddy in that book. Here's a buddy I haven't started yet. This one is with Lil at Poles Coloring, and we are doing The Tide of Time, which did I mark it? No, I just saw it last night. I love this book, this one. I love this book so much. I always think it's going to be harder than it is because my first one was such a disaster. I mean, the first one I ever did in here was this horrible, 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 horrible disaster. I didn't know what in the world I was doing. But I redeemed myself and a year later opened up this book again and did the one that I've seen a lot. Oh, I did this one just a couple months ago. Most of these are done with Lil or with Kate. The one I like the best is the berry one. Where's the berry one? Gosh, looking through this book, every single page I would like to do. Do you get that way when you look through books like this? It's like, oh my gosh, that one and that one and that one and that one, and I want to do them all. Why don't I work in this more? Well, that's what Lil is kind of changing for me. She loves this book, as does a couple of my friends really love this book, and so they help me get into it when I'm... Oh, this one. So this was all pencil. So I think there's a medium between, heavy use of markers and light use of pencils. I think you can do both. And my buddies have been teaching me that they do a base of alcohol marker with pencils on top, because this took me a really long time doing it all in pencil. Although I like it, I think I can get almost the same effect with using a base and make it half as long. So that's what I'm going to do for this one. We picked this one because it looked very fall. It's got the Canada geese flying. They fly south for the winter. It's got caribou, I think. And, trees, pine trees and trees have lost their leaves. And she's just very magical and wonderful and love her. So I'm really looking forward to getting started on this one. Awesome. I have this one. Now, you saw this when I finished the first page, but now my buddy has already finished the second page and I have not even started it. However, I have ink tints now. So I'm really excited to get in it because I'm going to use ink tints on that second page. The whole second page is going to be ink tints with a little pencil on top if I need it. But I'm at this level right here. So I'm really hoping that the Inktense works out, because these are single-sided, so I can also use alcohol markers, but I think it'd just be so much fun to use a new medium in it. Very excited. Now, is there anything I'm missing? I'm looking at my list. I don't see any others. So if you are expecting to do a buddy with me and I didn't show it here, would you direct message me? Because other than Alien Worlds and the Eerie book, which are ongoing, I don't have anything else listed. Future Candice here. I remembered I had 2 more that I just agreed to just recently. So one is out of Nice Little Town, book 11. This is my compilation. It's huge. It's 4 through 11. And it's this page. I've got a buddy in this, and we're going to be doing this page this month. And then for next month, we're going to do something probably out of the Christmas, the number 4. I have Christmas 3 and Christmas 4, and I've offered to do a page out of that, since both of them, only one of them has a page ever done out of it. But I think 4 is better, so I'd like to do something out of 4, but it doesn't matter, really. But this is really fun. I'm thinking about making them like, the Hobbits, like little travelers. But Nice Little Town 11, what's a little bug, is untouched for me. So this is how I have 4 through 11 is in this compilation. And in my new coloring inventory journal, we entered all these together. You and I did. And there's a Halloween one that I don't have anything colored in. Nice Little Town Christmas 3, not colored in. 4, I have 1 colored in. So, buddy, if you want to do something out of 3, that'll knock that out. So that's probably a good idea. 11 I don't have, and 10 I don't have. 5, 6, 8, all untouched. And they're all in here. So I need to get this giant book out more, because I've had it over like a year and a half now. I do like them like this. I like thick books. Like Maya says, I like thick books. It just, I don't know. I like them. And it's like so many choices. There's one I did this with Meg. But there's just so many choices that it's fun. So we're going to do that one out of book 11. And then I think I committed to this. I have to look through my Instagram chats. Do we have a group for this? Because I think there's a few of us doing this. I'm a little confused about this one. And it's the, and I know you've told me, I remember being confused before, and someone straightened it out for me. It's this one that we're doing. Oh, I have a bookmark there. So probably if I look through my Instagram chats, I'll find it, who my buddies are for this. But it's the Scary Clowns in Nightmare Cabaret. I'm really looking forward to this one. Yes. So I have this one. This one keeps not getting on my list. I have the book sitting by me, but it's not on the list. So I'm going to put it on the list right now so I don't forget it. All right, back to the outro. So this is my mid-month check-in, where I've showed you all that I've completed, all that's in progress, and all that has yet to be done. And as far as I know, that's all I got. So do get a hold of me if I missed you, for sure, because I don't want to miss out on anybody's. And I hope that you enjoyed this little thing. This makes, when I'm doing them once a month, my video ends up being like 2 hours long. And it's a lot of work. And I find it, they're coming out later and later the more pages I do. And if I'm doing 30 pages a month, then holy cow. So I did 14. I did 14 before the November 15th. So that's pretty cool. Gosh, that's almost 1 page a day it's averaging. That's nuts. I'm just having so much fun. I tell you, when you get new books and new supplies, although when I say new, almost all of mine were used off of eBay, but they're new to me and they're very exciting, it makes me just want to color more. Plus, the other thing is watching tutorials. Tutorials have really energized me as well, making me want to learn something. So I did pumpkins, was something I learned in October, and I just now was thinking I should pick something every month. So I'm going to be thinking about something to learn for the rest of November and December. It might be the transparency stuff. I'm not sure, but I'll think about that. All right, I will see you in the next video, which will be out very soon. Okay, I hope you have a great evening and a great week. Happy coloring. Bye-bye.